Hey, I'm Kai, and
This is Rod of Kai's Baking Studio.
And today we're making keto dressing.
We're going to make this keto dressing. It's going to be a low-carb variety. A lot of times on Thanksgiving and other holidays, the biggest thing that you have is actually being overwhelmed by all of the options that you have to eat. And a lot of those things will actually derail your diet. So today we're going to create a low-carb option that's actually delicious, full of protein, full of everything that you're looking for without all of the carbs. So we're going to get prepared by chopping up a few things, season it, put it all together, and we'll give you a little bit of time to get it together, and we're also going to have the recipe in the description below.
Now it's time to cut the vegetables.
We're going to cut a few stalks of celery. This is actually a lot smaller than a larger stuffing dressing that you would be making for your family. So we're going to cut up about 3 stalks of celery. If we have too much, it's always something you can use celery for the holidays. And pretty much all you have to do is come and you just make a couple of quick cuts. And they are actually pretty simple to do. If you're not used to cutting, cutting is not anything that's intimidating. You simply let the knife do the work and just continue to move it and let the rocking of the knife do the cutting for you.
And guys, what's y'all favorite family tradition? Me and my family is watching movies in the holidays. And me and my family, we've already started. We've watched 6 movies already. So we want to hear yours.
Pass me the bowl.
Okay.
All right.
Here.
So we're gonna take this here, take these celery, place those inside the bowl. All right. Then we're gonna get to chopping up some onions.
Okay.
I'll cut them fast enough that we now don't have any crying over here. There's no crying on keto. Maybe your pounds will cry as they're falling off. But you can keep on being keto even though the holidays have come. It's no reason for you to derail all the success that you've had throughout the year. All the weight that you've lost, all the health benefits that you've gained. Your blood sugar's gone down, you've lost some pounds. You're starting to eat healthy. It's just a total change, and it's really hard to sacrifice that for a few meals. And honestly, 1 meal, 2 meals becomes a whole season. And then you're looking at January and saying, man, all that work I did and I have to start over. So it's just about being consistent. These are all chopped up. I'm gonna put these inside of the bowl also. All right, thank you. And we're gonna cut up a little bit of bell pepper. We won't put a tremendous amount of bell pepper in there, but we'll put enough.
And these are optional, so if you don't like peppers, you do not have to put peppers. We just like spicy stuff.
Bell peppers aren't spicy, grasshopper. Bell peppers are actually just mild. But that tells you that Makai does not eat peppers. I didn't eat peppers either when I was little. Not a big fan of them until I became an adult. I did not understand how much your taste buds change when you get a little bit older. So we'll come inside of here and do that. Looks like we got most of the vegetables chopped up for this one. Now let's hand me this keto cornbread. The keto cornbread recipe is already included in the link. We have a video that we just had that just came out that showed you what the cornbread entails. You just need to take the jalapenos and the cheese out. We'll definitely take the cheese out. Cheese inside of a cornbread stuffing, I don't think that works pretty well. So we're gonna make a couple of cuts of this just to make it easier when we actually blend it up. And this is all gonna cook in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how well behaved the dressing wants to be today. So you're just gonna cut little blocks. You can tear this up with your hands if you want to. You can crumble it up. There really is no right way or wrong way of doing this.
Yeah, whatever just works for you.
Whatever works for you. All right, I'm gonna put that inside of there, and let's not overwhelm it. Put a few in there. Put the rest of that in there. We'll leave this here. We'll add it in just in a minute so we can have room to stir. And then we'll have her get the turkey broth. We actually made a turkey broth. You can actually use a chicken stock or a chicken broth. I actually like to use a turkey broth. It just adds another layer of flavor. If you feel like you're being somewhat cheated on the holiday, if you have that turkey flavor, it gives you the same savory taste that you get from roasting a turkey inside the oven and adding the dripping. All right, let's not over soak it. Let's see. Can I get a spoon?
Yes.
I will just use a spatula.
Whatever.
And we'll mix this up. And eventually, another thing that you need to have some rub sage. If you have sage and you have to chop it, that's fine too. The rub sage is a little bit easier to work with. And also, you need to get a little bit of poultry seasoning. Poultry seasoning and sage are the stars of the dish that add that wonderful flavor that makes it taste like the holidays. All right, you can add a little bit more inside of here while I'm stirring. See, we're just trying to chop it up to get it all incorporated inside of here.
Yeah, the smaller the better, so it's easier to cook in the oven.
Now it looks like it's a little dry, so we'll add a little bit more.
Just a little bit,
of the
because you
stock.
don't want it too moist.
And then I need those seasonings over there.
I will get those. Can I pour them in?
Not all of them. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. No. You're about to go overboard. This here, you just grab some and put inside of here. And then we will...
You want a little more?
Let's see. You can kind of tell when you see that it's nice and incorporated. You don't want to go overboard on the sage. The poultry seasoning is not so bad, so you can go ahead and add the poultry seasoning. But if you add too much sage, it can definitely be overwhelming.
Okay, I think that's enough.
I think that is. We'll taste it here in a little while to see what it tastes like, to make sure that it's right. Maybe add a little bit of salt and pepper inside of there to balance it out. But this is where we're working with for now. We're gonna actually finish chopping this up, and we'll be putting it inside of a pan to go into the oven. It'll bake for about anywhere between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on your oven, at about 350 degrees. This may not fit all of it. Just pick a pan that's about the right size.
Depending on how much you make.
Since I'm the only one that's gonna be eating the keto dressing.
Don't worry, I'll eat it too.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be a first.
I know we don't eat dressing, but I'll try it.
All right. I appreciate you trying something new. Maybe we can see if the director of quality control, aka your little brother, will come try some as well. All right, it looks like this is the right size pan. Perfect. So we're gonna put some inside of here.
Make sure you flatten it.
Flatten it out.
So it doesn't just look like a lumpy mess.
And one thing I will say, make sure you always make, when you're making something keto, make it look the way that you want it to look, because however you leave it is how it's gonna look. Keto usually doesn't fall. It doesn't get as thin and smoothed out as a traditional dressing, but that's what our keto dressing is gonna look like. We're gonna put that inside the oven and let it bake for 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on how long it takes to get perfectly golden brown with a nice crispy crust on the top.
Now the dressing is all done.
It's your keto dressing. You can add this as a side with your holiday meal. It's something that you can actually add, and it gives you the same satisfaction that you're gonna have from having some dressing. And there it is, our keto dressing.
So don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss out on videos.
Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.